Morning. Just a little update on the Epiphone Flying V we're working on. It doesn't seem like a lot's been done, but a lot has, really. It's going to get a full refret this week. I'm more or less, Bob taking the frets out, I'm more or less prepped for it. Don't worry about this not being cleaned up yet. I'll clean that up, that's going to get cleaned up. I'm going to pull these frets out if I've got time today. What I'm going to need to do here is, I'm going to have to widen this cavity, because I haven't made the scratch plate, but I've altered the original scratch plate that was on it. It's not original, it was an handmade one. Someone's added it, a custom scratch plate, pick guard. And I've had to do a configuration on the electrics that works with a style of player, works with a player. So I'm going to show you that in a second. But I'm also waiting for new pickup rings to arrive. Now it's a bit of an odd combo this, because it's got to have a scratch plate because of the routing. And this is the pick guard where it came with. It was handmade. Now what I've done is I've configured volume, tone, three-way, input jack. Now the input jack was already there and this hole was already here for a kill switch, so I've had to use these two holes. So what I had to do is I had to work out a way where I'm going to put everything, and I decided I'm going to have a volume below this pickup so it's easy to grab, easy to use. That's the volume, this is the tone. I've got some knobs here off an old P that were rubber. Can you see that? So they're really easy to roll round because they've got a great grip on them. So I've got a brand new freeway in there. I've gone with a vintage CTS G450 pot. And I found there's more or less a brand new Gibson pot in there. It's an actual Gibson volume pot. So I've decided to use that. So it looks a bit skew width. But what I need to do is, like I say, with the routing, I need to route for this hole because the routing comes up to about here. So I've got a new router going to be delivered today. The pickups I've mounted. We've had to go on pickup rings, so I've cut this hole, put a pickup ring in there. But what I've done is I've ordered new pickup rings because this one's a flat one, but it's cracked, and this one's one of them sloping ones. I want them both flat, so I've ordered, couldn't get any, so I've ordered two sloping ones. I've ordered, one's going to be like, it's a 9x7mm, and this one's a 7x5mm. So we're going to end up with a 7mm flat this side, a 5mm flat this side. So I'm going to get the wiring done on this. That'll definitely be done today. This has got, I only use cloth wire, so this has already got cloth wire on it, so I'm going to go cloth wire on the whole thing. They make it look all neat and tidy. I think you'll agree, the pickups, that's a Warman Invader copper. This is a Seymour Duncan, it's not, it's a Duncan designed Invader. The only problem I had with these is they both use different thread screws. So I can't match the bolt going through the pickups because that's a thin one, that's a wide one. So I've had to make do, but at least in black and it doesn't look too bad. So I think you'll agree that that looks pretty good. It looks great on the guitar. So like I said, I'm going to get the wiring done on that today. There's your pickup in there. Good thing about this pickup, the Duncan designed HB, what is it? HB 108B, B for bridge. It's a copy of an Invader. It looks like an Invader, but it's actually got exactly the same bits as an original Seymour Duncan S86 distortion. So it's a Duncan distortion with Invader pole pieces. It's going to sound absolutely brilliant. There you go, I'll just show you that. And that's the Warman up this end here. So the guitar's going to sound mint. So that's it really about this guitar. Once I've got all the electrics done and wired in, I've got all brand new screws here, which we're going to put in black. Of course, everything's going to be black. This guitar is going to be completely black. I've also got to drop in the new roller bridge and tailpiece. I'm going to remove the studs because of these original studs in here. Actually Goto pieces, so they're pretty alright. I'm going to put the new ones in there. Got that to do, then I'm going to get on with the refret. Once that's done, the guitar can be cleaned up and it can go back to Jamie. Following that, I've got more refrets to do. I've just had a Levinson blade come in. It's in a box here from Fat Olive's studio down in Hucknall. Stevie Lawton's, or one of his friends' guitars. I've got two refrets to do this week, so I'm going to get blobbed on with it. I've got the fret wire for one. I'm going to order some more for the. I'm going to measure the fret wire on the Levinson, and I'm going to get some of that ordered today. So today, going to blob on with this Flying V. I'm not going to get it all done today because I've got to nip out. I'm going down to Iscot's Cases in Cannock to see my mate Robert Peach down there. and I've got to pick up an acoustic amplifier from Stoke, so I'm going to blob on with that and all. So I'm going to do a little bit. I'm going to leave here about, I think I'm going to leave Nottingham about 12:30, and I'll probably be back for about 4:30. So until there's an update again on this Epiphone V, good to each other, and I'll see you soon. Well, good morning, and it is morning. It's early some Monday morning in October. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I'm cracking on with this Flying V, the Epiphone Flying V that belongs to Jamie Hunter there. Now, scratch plate and everything, I've fixed it all up. Don't know what you can see there. It's not fit proper. It's not going to fit proper because it's got to. I've got to get it seated right, get the screws in right. But I fixed the pick guard, scratch plate, whatever you want to call it. And now when I got this, I had one pickup in, which we moved out. I had to cut the hole for this pickup. Gone with a pair of invaders in there. And all it had was there's no volume, no tone, no three-way. It was just an input and a kill switch. So what I've done is I've drilled for three-way. I had to use the tone hole and the input hole. So I put the tone there, input stayed where it was, put the three-way in there, and I'll put a volume here below this. I think you'll agree, it looks pretty neat. Wiring I've used, started using cloth wiring. I only use cloth wiring now. This gear, this gubbins. I've got all different colours, I've got it in bulk, I've got loads of it. But I've started using that, so there you go. So I've done the wiring, I've got a nice orange drop capacitor in there. It's a genuine Gibson volume pot there. CTS vintage tone pot, orange drop, 0.022 value capacitor in there. Nice three-way input. We've got the Duncan designed invader, which is basically a super distortion with invader poles. And we've got a Warman invader neck pickup there. I think it's going to look brilliant on the guitar. That's all ready to go in the guitar, but I'm not operating yet because I've got refret to do. So I'm going to whiz frets out in a minute. I'm going to put the soldering iron on. I'm going to take these frets out. And I've got some good fret wire here. A medium jumbo, 2.7mm with 1.3mm, 2.7 wide, 1.3 high. Got plenty there to do the old fret job. As you can see, I routed out the body just here to fit the volume pot. The copper wiring, it's not needed. We're unbuckers, we don't feedback, we don't hiss, we don't hum. So there you go. So for now, that's it. I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get the refret done, and I'll come back to you when I've got the guitar rebuilt. Right, good morning. It's Monday the of November. I think it's is it 7th of November, something like that. I was looking through my videos and realised I hadn't done an update on this Epiphone Flying V, the one of Jamie Hunter's here. And I thought, I can't believe it. The last video I did was the one where it needed all the work doing, it needed all writing out, done and everything. So I've done nothing in between, I've filmed nothing in between. So I've decided just to give it a bit of an update this morning, because this guitar's going to be finished today. Well, the refret's done completely, as you can see here. Oh, can you see? I'm going to bring you around the guitar in a minute. As you can see there, take my word for it. I've got it all taped up ready. All taped up ready for polishing the frets. Got all the frets in. Beautiful job. I've done loads of work to the guitar itself, but it's not been without problems. Now, when it came to refretting the guitar, where the frets, the edge of the frets are on the edge of the fingerboard, there's all chips out there. I didn't realise this until I took the old frets out. And they're all chipped, meaning it's had a fret job before, but it was a bad fret job. They weren't, obviously they weren't steamed out, the frets were just yanked out. And what it's done is it's chipped all the edges off where the frets go in at the edge. So when it came to me to filing all these edges down, I couldn't get right into the edge of the fret, so I've had to do it all by hand, which is a long-winded affair, it takes longer. But that said, I've done my part of the work. Now Jamie already knows cosmetically this guitar is going to have problems. It is cosmetically challenged. I've had to work on the neck itself, I had to sand it in some places, I've had to get some white wool on there and take bits off here and there, so it's not as shiny as it ought to be, but it is now smooth and level. So anyway, that's the frets done. Like I said to Jamie, I said, end of the day, cosmetically, you know you got ripped off on this guitar, I know we got ripped off on this guitar, we sell a lot like a liar does. But I said I will get it playable. It costs a lot of money, this guitar. It's going to cost him nigh on 425 quid with the case. I said, listen, I'll get it bang on. It'll play like a Gibson, so it'll play better than a £425 guitar. So getting back to the scratch plate, if we remember, Telly had one pickup in, this one. Didn't have one, oh hang on, that's the wrong way. Telly had a bridge pickup, didn't have a neck pickup, so I've cut the hole in there. It had no electrics whatsoever, it just had a kill switch there and an input, as you can see. I've wired in. Where the kill switch was, I put a tone. I put a volume here below the pickup. Got a 3-way in there. The input's still there. I've gone with you can't see it here because I've tied it all off. But I've gone with Gibson cloth wiring, which is the only wiring I use now. Cloth wiring, look all at this end. Gone with CTS pot there, CTS vintage pot. They're £8 a piece, them, and a real Gibson pot there on the volume. We've gone with an orange drop capacitor. We've gone for the vintage wiring, which means when we roll down the volume, we're not going to lose any tone, we're not going to lose any treble. So that's all bang on. That's going to go into, it fits perfect in the guitar. I had to do some routing to make this fit into there. So I'm going to show you all that. I'm going to bring you the camera. I'm going to show you what's what with the guitar. At least it's going to look good when it's done. So here's a guitar. I'm going to put a new nut on there later. There's the headstock end, all good there, new tuners on there. The neck's all ready for polishing the frets, which I'm going to do shortly. When it came to here, I had to route this chunk out here because otherwise I wouldn't get the volume pot in there. So there you go, that's all done. The guitar doesn't look that bad. When it's all done, it's going to look brilliant. So that's it, that's the update for now. I'm going to blob on with it because Jamie will be coming for it today. There's another couple of hours left in there. I've got fret polish to do. Got to put the electrics back in, put the nut on and do a setup. So, just whiz about there. So that's it, I'm going to blob on with that. It's 20 to 8 in the morning. I've been in this workshop since 6 this morning working on other guitars and that. I'm going to blob on with this. All easy now, probably the hardest thing I've got to do now is cut the nut. I've got a brand new graphite nut over there in black. So I'm going to get that all outfitted, get it all, like I say, get it all fitted out, get it all set up. I'll come back to it later when it's built. Right back, so here we are with Jamie's guitar. Epiphone Flying V. No serial number that we can see. We've got Made in Korea at the back there. That's all we know about it. He put new tuners on. I've just cut a new nut. I like to cut them like that with deep grooves so the strings sit inside them, so I'm going to leave it like that. I've just cut the slots right down so the string action is with 0.4mm above this last fret here. Got a guitar tuned down to C standard. What can I tell you about this guitar? With a new bridge on it, new rock with roller saddles. I like these, I always go for these. I put a pickup in here. That's a Warman Invader copper. This is a Seymour Duncan Invader. It's an SH, I can't remember what model it is. But it's the Seymour Duncan, it's a Duncan designed Invader. So basically it's actually a Seymour Duncan Super Distortion with Invader pole pieces on it. Sounds absolutely mint. I've put on a volume, a tone and a 3-way. They were there before, we just had a kill switch in the middle and we had the input there, that was it, kill switch input. So I had to route the body inside for this volume pot. We've gone with a Gibson volume pot and a CTS vintage tone pot. We've got an orange drop capacitor in there, Sprague orange drop capacitor. Good 3-way in there, put the original input back in. The guitar from the front looks amazing. I've also done complete refret. Refret's absolutely bang on, and I've stained the fingerboard to make it look as black as I can. It's not quite black, but it's dark, make it look a bit like ebony. The guitar plays like a dream, it's absolutely beautiful. We've got no fret buzz anywhere. Cosmetically, it leaves a lot to be desired, this guitar. There's dings and knocks and dongs all in it. There's a big knock on the back of the neck here. I don't know if that bit just fell out or what. there's these things all over. I'll bang some black pen in there. I don't remember seeing that, but I've not done that, so maybe it was done before, I just didn't notice it. So there you go, scratch plate, all new screws in the scratch plate here. Like I said, to route the body out, spray all the inside again, put the pickups in. This pickup's beautiful, it sounds fantastic. This one, me and Jamie don't really use this we don't use a neck pickup. So, I'm going to plug it in, go here, just a little demo. The way me and Jamie play, it's just got plenty of distortion on there. Playing through my Yamaha THR 10X. Don't know if you can see it there. Let's bring the camera around a bit. There you go, got a little green chat there, look. Lovely little amp, these are absolutely brilliant. I've got it in the brown channel, I think brown channel, I've got it in the channel 5, whatever it is, with most drive. Sounds absolutely killer. You're going to get those playing in style with this, metal, punk, whatever you. It just sounds brilliant, so there you go. Playing was a bit shit there, but I've not played all day. And I've been using a different style all day, so there you go. This is the, I mean, it does look mint, don't get me wrong. Cosmetically there's a lot wrong with it. The worst thing about it is all these chips down here, down this side here, where it's had a bad refret before. We've just all it to the frets out, and there's just chips all the way along here. I didn't notice it till I took the frets out and this side, both sides, just big chunks all the way out there. So when it comes to me doing all the edges of these frets here, it's really struggled. I had to do it all by hand because, you know, I couldn't run a file up across the edge there. Really bad job it had before, but like I said to Jamie, the best thing we can do with this is make it playable, which is what we've done. It looks brilliant from the front. I mean, it's sound, it's solid, it's a through neck job. Plays great, it's set up great, got the action nice and low. We're about 1.7 on the 12 fret on the low E and 1.5 on the IE there, which is a little bit higher than I'd normally go, but Jamie like me, you don't do a lot of, you don't saunter a lot into this area up here. It's very rare I go at our end, so you know, we've kept the action nice and medium there. The neck is beautiful and straight. Oh, I also had to put in, because we didn't have enough adjustment on the truss rod, I put in 2 washers between the truss rod adjuster and the truss rod itself. Gave us another 2 mil of adjustment, which means now we can adjust the neck as much as we want. So that's it, it's all done. I'm going to wrap the video up for now. Jamie's on his way here right now. I'm sure he's going to absolutely love this. So I'm going to wrap it up, and until the next project, good to each other, and I'll talk to you soon.